Recording is on.
Good morning, everyone, and happy 2022. Welcome to Mind Body Blend. And for the month of January, we are really going to up the strength training today. So I have two pairs of hand weights. I have my 5s and my 8s. Obviously, whatever you have at home is going to work great for you. I also have my small chair that I'll use as a ballet bar for balance for the bar work we'll be doing. We always start with a little bit of Tai Chi just to center and focus. We have some body weight exercises too in the form of mat Pilates today. So let's come into Wide Wu Chi, and we'll start with a little bit of mindful movement in our Tai Chi. So take those feet nice and wide, turn the toes out, zip up through the midsection all the way through the crown of the head. We'll just start to float the backs of the hands up and then float the palms down. And inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose or through the mouth if you'd like this morning. Now, as the hands float up, the legs straighten completely and then sink down into the legs as the palms soften. Inhale and exhale. So begin to notice your balance. And imagine that your body is descending right along a pole that's moving from the floor, entering through the base of your spine, exiting through the crown of the head, and all the way up to the ceiling. So in other words, we're not leaning forward and breaking that straight line, but we're just sinking straight down into the floor. Now this time, let's scoop the hands up and then press back down toward the earth. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, press down. Begin to notice your feet into the mat, pressing all four corners, both sides of your heel, both sides of the ball of the foot. One more breath, and exhale. This time, breathe in, turn the palms up to the sky, stretch, and exhale the arms all the way out and down. Sink back into the legs, scoop up, rotate the palms, reach, and exhale. Now think about your shoulders warming up. Just check in with the joints, ankles, knees, hips, elbows, wrists, and the spine. One more deep breath in. And exhale the arms right by your side. Now we'll turn slightly toward the right side. Bring the right palm so it faces you and take the heel of the left hand and press it to your wrist. And I want you to make a connection here so you feel some work, like you're squeezing water out of a sponge that's there. And as you bend that right knee, press the hands. And as you come back to the other side, just let your arms circle around. Make that connection and press. Inhale, circle. Make the connection, feel some force, and press. Now as you circle, pick up your toes on the right side and press. We inhale, circle. We exhale, press. Two more. We'll call this push hands. One more. Now, as you draw back, pull your hands toward you and then press away. And we're flexing our wrists a little bit, so I want you to feel that joint as you flex and push. Now, at any time you want, you can make this bigger. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more with the breath. Last one. Hold that soft block. And then just pivot your body over to the other side. So we're turning the right foot in, the left foot out a little bit. And we'll make this connection with the push hands. So I have my right heel of the hand pressed in toward the wrist of the left hand as I push. And then circle around, make that connection. Feel some force there. Inhale. Push hands. Once you've got the arm movement, then you can start to pick the toes of the left foot up off the mat as you circle around. So toes come up. And then bend the knee. Feel that resistance and notice the muscles you're connecting with, your chest muscles here. The bicep. One more. Now from here, just draw those hands toward you and press away. Judith, I see your message. The picture's going in and out. At least for you. All right, if anybody else wants to let me know if we're having troubles with the picture, if you can hear my voice, maybe we can get through this for a little bit and see how it goes. Now let's make this bigger. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe. Almost a rolling action with those arms. 3 more. Yours is okay, Anne. All right. Maybe just your computer, all okay on your end, Linda. Okay. Judith, hopefully it's just a little bit of a snafu with your internet. I'm hoping. Let's go 1 more here. And then pivot right back to the center. Both toes turned out back into our wide Wu Chi. Now as you inhale, pull the palms up, squeeze your shoulder blades, make a light fist. And then exhale and press the hands forward. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, press. Now with the legs, we'll straighten the legs as we draw back. And then sink down into the legs to push. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now feel some imaginary force here as you press. Feel it coming from your core, so tighten up your midsection. Abdominals are braced. Imagine you're pushing a big piece of furniture straight forward. Fire up your muscles. You've got 3 more with the breath. Two more. One more. Just rise up to straighten the legs. Step your feet in a little closer so they're about hips distance apart. Soften your knees, sink into those heels. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale and say, ha. Inhale. Ha. So with this breathing today, I want you to get rid of everything that's negative. Forcefully exhaling it out. Maybe anything from last year, the year of 2021. And breathe in everything that's positive. And let's do 5 more of these breaths. Letting go of stress. Letting go of tension. 3 more. Letting go of anger. 2 more. Letting go of COVID. And then letting go of anything you no longer need. And then rise back up. Nicely done. The body should feel warm. The heart rate slightly elevated. Let's pick up hand weights. And if you have 2 pairs, we'll take your heaviest ones. Turn the toes out. This is ballet first position. Bring the weights right to your chest. Draw your shoulders back. And we'll plie out to the right side. Bend your knees. Then close back into that first position. Now I like to teach in layers, so you can decide if there's any part of the exercise that doesn't suit you. You can get accustomed to each piece of work. Good. And take a big wide step. Imagine there's a rubber band around your thighs, so you have to push against that imaginary rubber band to step out, and then squeeze your inner thighs to draw back in. Now, as we close, we can raise the arms above the head, or we can let the arms relax by our side, depending on what exercise is going to suit you best today. So step out and press up, or out and by your side. You might even like to do one of each. I think I'll stick with alternating. Now with LisaBug classes, the pace of the movement is all up to you, so you don't have to match the pace that I'm doing the exercise. So if you feel comfortable picking up the pace a little bit, go for it, as long as you're nice and controlled here. Let's get 3 more. You choose that arm exercise. And 2. And 1. Now plie out and hold. Plie out, and we're pulsing down. Pulsing down. Option 1, no arm movements. Option 2, alternate bicep curls. Good. Find your core. Abs are engaged. And just as we did in the warm-up, you're going straight up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7. Make sure those knees are tracking over the center of the foot. 2, 1, and 1. Come up out of the legs. Close back to first position. Great job. Plie out to the left side. Bend the knees. Close back to first. Now when you close back to first, try to get your heels and your inner thighs all the way connected, and squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze your inner thighs. Good. Option 1, no arms. Option 2, add the overhead press. Option 3, release the arms by your side. So you're essentially doing a bicep curl on that one. And then we're breathing. Looking for good alignment. Imagine there's a rubber band around the outside of your thighs. So as you step out, squeeze the outer thigh, push. Good job. Check in, make sure you're not feeling any pain in any area of your body. Make adjustments as you need. Good job. Let's get 4 more on this side. And 3. And 2. Then step out into that plie. Hold, pulsing, pulsing, down, down, down. Option 1, no arms. Option 2, alternate biceps. Now I'm doing a hammer style curl where the end of the weight is facing the ceiling. You can also do a palms up curl, more of a rotated curl, or a few of each movement. 10, 9. I really feel my breathing picking up with these heavier weights. 6, 5, 4, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Close back to first position and release the weights by your side. Excellent. Okay, either one weight if you have a heavy, or both weights if you have light weights. We're going to put that weight into your left hand, turn to the right side, come into a lunge. Support on your thigh, pull that elbow up, squeeze the upper back, back of the shoulder and the tricep, and come back down. Pull it up. So option 1, just focus on the arm. Option 2, we're going to move your back foot, lift it up, the heel up, and come down. Up and come down. So we're getting a little baby calf raise here. Nice. Now option 3, we'll move this into warrior 3 by lifting completely off the back leg and pulling up. Here's where your chair can come in handy. Use it for a little bit of balance here. Abdominals engaged. 8, 7, working that upper back. 6, stabilizing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. If your leg is up, set that foot back down and rise all the way up. Pivot on your feet, switch the hand. Come into your lunge position. Level 1, just use that arm to pull up and release it down. Now our traditional strength training breath is to exhale on the exertion. And that's when we're moving that arm away from gravity. Level 2, releve up off the heel and lower down. Up, down. Good. Speed of movement is up to you. It can be faster as long as you're controlled. Level 3, if that balance in warrior 3 is in your wheelhouse, lift up and pull. I think I can reach my wall maybe here. Now, if you're in your warrior 3, try to level off your pelvis so that you don't have that hip rotated up on the leg that's lifted. Exhale. And exhale. This is a great exercise to work on good posture. One of our primary goals here in Mind Body Blend. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that back foot find the floor and pivot around back to center. Either one weight if it's heavy or 2 weights if it's light. Step your feet back into first position. Curtsy lunge. The right foot curtsies behind. And then as we step out, tap your toe to the side. Optional raise up on a slight diagonal. Curtsy back and reach. Good. So you can leave the arm movement out. We can also side raise this leg and focus on balance here. Nice job. So it's the leg that's fully planted into the floor that's primarily working quad and glute. The leg and back, quad and outer thigh. 6, 5, without the arms, just at your chest. 4, 3, 2, and hold here with a light tap of your foot to the floor. Take the weight in your left hand. We are going to side bend and pull up. If your weights are light, double up the weight into that left hand. And we are working the QL, little bit of balance. So I only have a tiny amount of weight on the big toe of my right foot. Inhale as you side bend. Exhale to pull up. Let's get 4 more on this side. Now, if you really want a challenge, you can pick that foot up off the floor, but it's super difficult. 2 more. And exhale. 1 more. And bring it up. Close those heels together. First position, bring the weight to the chest. Curtsy lunge, the left foot behind, and tap the big toe side. Your options are to press up on a slight diagonal. So I'm not directly above my head, which challenges the core. The balance challenge is to lift that leg up and down. Takes a lot of focus. Now, if you're not working with the weights and you just want to focus on balance, you can hold onto your chair lightly with your fingertips and just do the lower body piece of the exercise. Breathing. Inhale and exhale. You've got 4 more with me. And 3, 2. Last one. Just barely tapping that big toe to the side. Take the weight in your right hand. We go down and up. Inhale, exhale. So your weight is helping you to get a stretch. So when you go to the side, the weight is assistance, right? Because it's pulling you down toward gravity. When you come up the other direction, you've got resistance. So stretching and strengthening that QL. Last 4, 3, both shoulder blades back, 2, and 1. And close those feet back in together. Set the heavy weight down. If you've got lighter ones today, we're going into some shoulder work. So lighter weights if possible. Take the feet just a little wider than hips distance apart. Bend your elbows and touch the weights together right in the center of your belly. Bend your knees, squat down any amount and hold this. Now this is called the Rotator Raise. So as you start to open your arms out to the side, the palms flip up to face forward, and then we close back down until the weights connect. And take it on up. Up, 2, down, 2. Up, 2, down, 2. Good. And when you come up, you're squeezing your shoulder blades slightly back and down. Nice exercise for the deltoids and for the rotator cuff. Up and down. If you want to add your legs, straighten and bend deep. Inhale, exhale. Nice job. Just 4 more. If the weights are heavy and you need to set them down, you can just do the movement. Just do the action. 2. 1 more. And take a little break. So we're going to use that rotator raise and add in a couple more exercises. So starting here, I'll do it without the legs. We come up, right hand, left hand, and down to close. So it's open out the rotator, lift, lift, down, and close. Open out, lift, lift. Sink down into your legs. Open out, watch the change. Lift, lift, down, and close. So I'm raising up the heel on the same arm that I'm lifting. Down and close. Up, lift, lift, down. 3 more. Weights are getting heavy. Set them down and just do the action. Nice job. 2 more. Rotator raise. Overhead press. Woo. Last one. Nice job. And down and recover. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Nice job, everyone. Let's set your weights down. And we're using our chair to work the calves and using it for a little bit of balance. So I'm going to turn it sideways here so I have a nice connection out in front of me. Now turn your feet to third position. So I'm going to show you straight on. So one foot is to the big, about to the center of the other foot. So you've got a slight cross. Let's have that foot that's in front be the right foot. Stand nice and tall, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your inner thighs, and we'll releve up on the toes. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Now this chair for balance, if you just want to use one hand and grab one of your weights, you can have some extra workload. With that one weight, you could do a bicep curl. So I want you to feel free to add anything in here that you'd like. Squeeze it up, lift. Now just a little bit of connection on this chair because I want you to mostly work your own balance and your own posture. 4 more coming up. 4, 3, 2, and drop it down. Now the leg that's in behind should be your left leg. So we're going to pick up that heel, squeeze the back of the leg, and do it very carefully because I don't want you to get a cramp in your hamstring. Squeeze your glutes and press back, in, back, in. So the problem with this is if we get too vigorous, then your back is going to start to arch and you're going to feel some movement in your pelvis. So lock everything in solid, press back, squeeze the buttock on that left leg, back and in. 8, 7. If you wanted, you could put a weight behind your knee so you'd have to hold it in place. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in and relax. Now that back foot now becomes the front foot in third position. So I have my left heel to my right instep. Squeeze your glutes, your inner thighs, and draw your abdominals in. Really lengthen up. Shoulder blades back. Let's releve up on the toes. 1 and down. 2 and down. So our feet are probably the furthest thing away from our eyes on our body. So sometimes we forget to work on those feet, and they are our foundation. So really important that we're working the lower leg. It helps us with balance and stability as we're walking. And up, down, up. Now really try to straighten your legs as well. Let's get 8 more. Lift. 7. 6. Exhale coming up. 4. 3. 2. And 1. The leg in back should be your right leg. So let's bend your knee nice and easy. I have my foot flexed. Square off your hips. Engage your core. Press back. Back. Now, if you have tight hip flexors, you're not going to go back very far because your hip flexor is going to stop you from getting a good amount of range of motion. But that's absolutely fine. It's about the muscle work here, not the range of motion. Exhale. Exhale. Looking for 8. Check your posture and your balance. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And relax back down. Now switch your feet and step all the way back. Drop your heel down to the mat and stretch. Nice calf stretch. So it's really important to stretch out those muscles we worked. Make sure your back foot is squared straight forward so you get the benefit of that stretch. And then step the back foot in. Step back with the other foot. Press that heel down. Stretch. Now for the next exercise, we're going to be using our chair to sit down in and to stand up from. We'll also be using our lighter hand weights. So I'm going to turn my chair to face the opposite direction so you can get me from a side angle view. And I'm going to pick up my 5-pounders, and I want you to have a seat in your chair on the very edge. So you're not way back to the back of the chair. You're on the edge of the chair. Bring the weights right to your chest. Take your feet about hips distance apart. Now, in order to stand up from here, you've got to move your feet back underneath your knees just a little more, so you have a little bit more bend in your knee, and then you have to slightly hinge forward at your waist. So I want you to start in this position, press into the heels, and rise up to stand, and then down to just barely tap your hips and your glutes to your chair. So I don't want you to sit all the way down and relax. All right, so level 1 is just using the hands right at your chest. Let's do 2 more. Come up and hold. Your next option is to bring your hands by your side. As you sit back, do a bicep curl, and then straighten your arms back up as you stand up out of the chair. Inhale, exhale. Good, just a little bit of your body weight goes back into the chair. Next option of exercise is a front shoulder raise. So we go forward, up. So you can choose that muscle work you want to have. If you have shoulder issues, you might want to stick with those bicep curls. Next option, just one arm at a time. Right arm, left arm. Either your bicep curl or your shoulder raise. Down up, down. We have 8 more squats, or I sometimes call these sit downs. 7. Choosing your upper body work. 6. Make sure your knees are tracking straight ahead. Last 4. Abs engaged. 3. 2. 1 more. And rest. Now the next movement's going to be a little tricky. So if you don't want to do this one and feel comfortable with it, you're going to step the right foot forward, step your left foot back into a split squat. Your option is to be putting the back foot up on the chair behind you. So you'll be doing the split squat here. We'll come down and bend the front knee and up. Now, same thing here with the arms. You can hold the weights at your chest. You can do a bicep curl as you bend that front knee. You can do front raises or single arms. With the back foot on the floor, it looks like this, down and up. So it's just like a squat, but you have your feet split. Let's just get 3 more. And 2. Last one. Now if your foot's up on that chair, be very careful as you step it back down, hips distance apart. Now your left foot's in front, right foot's back on the floor for a split squat, or bring it up on the chair. Just start with your squat, down, up. Boy, I can tell the difference on this left leg. It's the one that has more arthritis in it, so this one's really difficult for me. Add the arms, if that feels comfortable for you. This doesn't have to be deep. Matter of fact, if you just make it a small one, it really works a weak muscle in the outside of your quad called the VMO, vastus medialis obliquus. Stay with me for 4 more. Down and up. 3. Up. 2. Last one. Then if your foot's on the chair, very carefully step it off. And I want you to sit back down into that chair. I'm going to see where it is behind me. And then you can set your weights next to you on the floor. So I want you to stretch your glutes. So take your right leg, cross the ankle over your thigh, and still sit toward the edge of your chair. And you can choose to stay in the chair and just fold this forward and give yourself a nice seated pigeon and a really good stretch. If you want to work your balance, get this bottom foot and tuck it underneath you a little more. So you're going to bend your knee back a little bit further, bring your hands to the chair, lean forward a little bit, and lift your seat off the chair. Now you can have your fingertips back here on the chair for balance, or you can reach forward. Let's hold 15 seconds. 15. Breathing. Almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Guide yourself back into the chair. And let's switch legs. Crossing left ankle over right thigh. If you're staying in the chair, just lean forward. Get this good stretch in the outside of your hip. If you're coming up to balance, back your foot underneath you a little more. Reach your hands to the chair, guide yourself up, and maybe you just have your index fingers here on the chair, or release it forward. 15 seconds, breathe. We're getting ready to go down for Pilates mat work. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reach back behind and guide yourself back into the chair. Last stretch here, you're going to widen your feet, a little bit wider than your hips distance, and do a seated happy baby. The upper body falls through the space and relax your head down. So we're stretching our lower back, our glutes a little bit, releasing any tension in the neck and the upper back. And breathe in. 15 seconds holding this stretch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll yourself up. Nicely done. Okay, we can slide that chair out of the way so you have the full use of your mat. I'm going to give you the option also to use light hand weights. If you struggle with lower back problems, you can place a little cushion underneath your sacrum for this series of exercises. All right, coming down onto your back, optional hand weights. So lift those weights straight up from the chest. Your thumbs are facing each other, so your weights are parallel. Press into the feet, lift up into bridge, and lower down. Up into bridge, and lower down. Now in Pilates, the bridge doesn't have to be a big back bend. So we're thinking about keeping a neutral spine and just lifting our hips up off the mat to squeeze the glutes. That's level 1. So level 2, as we lift the hips up, we bend the elbows so the weights come next to the ears and straighten up. Tricep extension. Bend, straighten. Now you can put that breath wherever you want it. Either inhale as you come up or exhale as you come up. Either breath pattern is absolutely fine in Pilates. And let's get 4 more. Upper arm isn't moving. Just the elbow hinging. 3, 2. Last 1. And lower those hips down. Extend your right leg out so you're lifting it off the floor. Bend your elbows down into a chest press and then close your hands together. Bend your elbows down, chest press, and close together. Now as you bend your elbows, that leg is low. As you straighten the arms, lift your leg up to about the height of the opposite knee. And we go down, up, down, up. You want this a little bit more challenging on your core. Your left leg is in tabletop. Inhale and exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, abs tight. 3, 2, and 1. Set both feet back down to the floor, and then just rest your elbows down to the mat to give your arms a little bit of a break. We straighten out the left leg. Just hold it nice and still. Lift your arms back up. This time turn your weights so they're end to end. And we bend the elbows and close it up. Bend and lift the leg. Bend and lift. Let's go up to tempo. Down, up, down, up. Good. So on set 1 with the arms, your palms were facing toward each other. Set 2, your palms are facing toward your feet. Option right knee in table. Neutral core. You can always set those weights down at any time. Just do the lower body and the abdominals. We've got 10 to go, guys. 9, 8, 7. Stay with me. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your feet down. Bring your elbows down and hold. Nice job, everybody. Okay, take the weights right to your chest. We'll either bring your knees into table or keep your feet on the floor. So I'm going to start with feet on the floor option. Take the weights up and keep them glued together. This is called the pullover. So arms stay straight as you go over your head and pull it up. Got to make some more room for my hands here. I have the chair in the way. So over, pull up. Now this is a strong muscle group. It involves the lats. Sometimes you'll see a machine in the weight room. It's called the Lat Pullover Machine. Does the same exercise. So if your core feels pretty strong, your knees are in table, that's your level 2. Now level 3, I want you to add a little bit of a crunch as your arms are coming up. Lift your head and your shoulder blades up off the mat. Inhale. Exhale. This can be done without weights, absolutely. So I'm going to give you one more option. As the arms are coming above the head, one leg will extend forward. And pull it up and switch. If your feet are on the mat, you can slide your heel out and slide it back in. 5 more each side. 10 repetitions to go. 9. Also feeling it in the shoulders and triceps. If it's getting too heavy, you can set one weight down and hold a weight between both hands. How many do we have to go? I think we have 2 more on each leg. Inhale. Exhale. Ooh, I'm really feeling those abs. 1 more on each leg. Relax your feet to the mat, head to the mat, and your weights to the mat. Nice job. All right, let's extend your right leg up. Give it a nice stretch here. Pull it in toward you. You can use your yoga strap if you'd like. Just give it a good stretch. Bottom leg can also extend out onto the mat. And let's hold here for about 5 breaths. Now this is going to prepare us for a leg circle. So last breath in. And then keep that leg up, but just relax your arms to your side. So you are going to circle this right leg out, down and around, and lift it straight up through the middle. Out, around, and up. You can point your toe, or you can flex your foot as that leg comes up. Flex. Now, sometimes I like to put my hands on my hips right here so I can tell if I'm moving my pelvis. This circle doesn't have to be big. It's not about range of motion. It's about keeping your pelvis nice and still while you're doing the exercise. If you're feeling lower back problems, bend this bottom leg around, up. Let's get 3 more. And 2. And 1. Set that foot back down. Let's stretch the other leg. So pull it in. You can wrap your yoga strap around your foot. You can extend that leg all the way down to the floor. And let's take 5 slow breaths. So I like to stretch this first so that when we're doing the leg circle, you've got a nice free range of motion to work within because you've really lengthened that muscle already. And 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. All right, hands are by your side, but you're not using them a lot to support yourself. You can also place hands on your hips, circle out to the left, around and down, and straight up the middle. Around and up. So you shouldn't feel your body rock over at all. If you're feeling that, then I want you to make this circle smaller. You can be right in here. We can flex the ankle or point the toe. Bottom or lower leg can be bent if you're feeling any back issues. And I'm exhaling as I'm lifting up. So inhale around. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Relax that foot down. Let's hug knees into the chest. And let's come up to a seated position. So you can roll yourself up like you're rolling like a ball, or roll over onto your side. And then let's come to a nice wide straddle sit. Inhale, reach. Exhale, place your hands out in front of you or behind you and stretch your body forward any amount. Stretching your inner thighs, your hamstrings. And we'll breathe. I'd like to hold this stretch 60 seconds. You can also place a block in front of you to support your hands on. You can come down any amount. If you start to feel that release in the muscles, you might be able to press it a little bit further. If you're really tight in those hammies, let your knees bend a little bit. And we've got 30 seconds to hold. Now, as you're stretching, find your abdominal muscles gently brace. And take deep inhalations, full and complete exhalations. 15 seconds. One more deep breath in. And exhale, coming up. And then we'll just sit in simple cross-leg pose and finish today with a twist. So sit up nice and tall. Start to turn to your right and bring your left hand across that right knee. Right hand behind you. Lift tall up through your spine and rotate. Look over the shoulder. 4 or 5 breaths here. And we're moving that twist gentle at the base of the spine. A little bit deeper through the mid and upper back. And then as far as you can move comfortably through your neck. And let's release that side and rotate to the opposite direction, reaching the right hand across to the left knee, left hand behind you, lengthen tall, and rotate, look over that shoulder. Now we want the spine as long as we can make it here, so really lift upward. Try not to collapse into the bones of your vertebrae. 2 more breaths. Last inhalation. And exhale back to center. Let's close our eyes for a moment. If you'd like, you can bring palms of the hands to an Anjali Mudra. As we focus on the year ahead. And not really making a resolution for yourself, but just for a moment, set a small goal for the year moving ahead in your efforts to keep your body strong and healthy and fit. Something that's achievable, attainable for you, but also that might push you outside your comfort zone just a little bit. And then after class today, I would encourage you to go write that down someplace where we can take a look at it later as we move forward into the new year. And you can take a look at it from time to time to see if you're meeting those goals. And the light, the love, and joy that resides within me honors the light, the love, and joy in each of you. Thank you so much for joining me today for Mind Body Blend. If you can hang tight and chat for a few minutes, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, I'll see you later in the week, yoga and our cardio strength hit. Thank you, everybody. Happy New Year.